In the vast expanse of prehistoric oceans, where modern marine life pale in comparison, lurked creatures that would send shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. Let's delve into the frightening world of these ancient beasts, starting with the Tully monster, a creature that could have stepped out of your worst fever dream. Despite its relatively small size of 14 inches, this enigmatic creature left scientists puzzled for 6 decades over its classification. Imagine a hammerhead shark designed by H.P. Lovecraft, equipped with an elephant's trunk terminating in a claw full of teeth, and eyes perched on stalks. But the Tully monster's most terrifying feature was its tooth-laden trunk, which could grip and tear flesh like a pair of biological scissors. Unfortunately, we still don't fully understand how this creature hunted, leaving you fighting a horror movie monster without knowing the rules. Recent studies suggest it may have been venomous, adding another layer of terror. To make matters worse, these creatures were known to hunt in groups, swarming their unsuspecting prey. If you managed to survive the Tully monster, you would still have to face the Sanasa, a 13-foot predator that made modern crocodiles look like pool toys. Unlike our previous nightmare fuel contestants, the Sanasa didn't rely on any weird biological gimmicks. It was simply incredibly efficient at what crocodiles do best: ambush predation. But the modern crocodiles are restricted to fresh water in coastal areas. The Sanasa, however, had fully adapted to marine life. Its paddling limbs weren't just for show. This 13-foot predator could slice through water with the efficiency of a torpedo. And that long, slender snout wasn't built for catching fish. It was designed for maximum speed through water, allowing it to snap its jaws shut before prey even knew what hit them. But if you thought a pack of sea crocodiles was bad, prepare yourself for Dachosaurus, the creature that proves evolution has a twisted sense of humor. Imagine a killer whale, but with more teeth. Serrated ones at that. Dachosaurus wasn't content being another ocean predator. It speed-ran evolution to become a hyper-carnivore. Its teeth aren't just regular teeth. They're biological steak knives that would make a T-Rex jealous. And unlike our previous contestants, Dachosaurus was an active hunter that would chase down its victims. Still, if you managed to outrun Dachosaurus, you would have to contend with Rhysodus, the giant river monster that would make you terrified of rivers. This 23-foot monster fish didn't just hunt in fresh water, it completely dominated it. Its 2 massive fangs protruding from its lower jaw were like biological harpoons, capable of detecting the tiniest vibrations in the water, making it nearly impossible to hide from. And if you're wondering what kind of damage a Rhysodus could do, fossil records have the answer. Scientists have found bite marks from Rhysodus on everything from other fish to early tetrapods, even attacking animals larger than itself. But if you thought a giant river monster was scary, wait until you hear about its ocean-going cousin, the X-fish. Basically, this thing took everything terrifying about Rhysodus and added one more nightmare feature: impact. This 20-foot beast was the X-fish's overachieving cousin who went to the ocean and started hitting the gym. Paleontologists actually nicknamed it the X-fish because it marked the spot where anything it hunted was about to have a very bad day. Here's something that will keep you up at night. We actually know exactly how violent the X-fish was, because we found one that died trying to eat a 13-foot fish. That's right, this thing was so aggressive it literally died from having eyes bigger than its stomach. But what makes the X-fish truly terrifying isn't just its size or appetite, it's how it hunted. See those massive fangs jutting out from its upper jaw? Unlike most predatory fish that need to get close to strike, the X-fish could open its mouth so wide it could scoop a prey like a living net. And those fangs, they curved inward, meaning once you were in, you weren't getting out. And you think you could outswim it? Bad news. The X-fish had a body built like a torpedo, capable of hitting speeds that would make modern swimmers nervous. And unlike most big predators that tire quickly, this thing was built for endurance. It wouldn't just chase you down, it would chase you down. The real nightmare fuel, though, is that these weren't solitary hunters. Fossil evidence suggests they hunted in groups, working together like prehistoric piranhas. Except each one was the size of a school bus. But at least with the X-fish, you could see it coming. Our next nightmare prefers to do its hunting from the shadows. Meet Tuzoteuthis, the ancient squid that makes modern giant squid look like calamari appetizers. At 33 feet long, this Cretaceous kraken wasn't just big. It was the heavyweight champion of ancient cephalopods. But unlike our previous contestants, which relied on brute force, Tuzoteuthis was more of an artistic killer. Those tentacles weren't just grabby arms, they were lined with hooks instead of suckers, wrapping you up like living razor wire. And that's assuming you even saw it coming. Modern squids use bioluminescence to communicate, but paleontologists think Tuzoteuthis used it to lure prey. This thing was basically running a prehistoric light show that ended with you being wrapped in hooked tentacles. If you thought a giant, intelligent squid was bad news, wait until you meet the creature that actually hunted them. Basilosaurus wasn't just a whale, it was evolution's first attempt at making a sea monster. When scientists first discovered Basilosaurus, they thought they found a sea serpent. Turns out they weren't entirely wrong. This 60-foot nightmare wasn't just a prehistoric whale, it was what you would get if you asked evolution to turn a snake into a whale and then told it to make it angry. Unlike modern whales that have that classic torpedo shape, Basilosaurus went for a more sea serpent approach. Its long, sinuous body wasn't just terrifying, it let it move through the water like a giant marine python. And speaking of terrifying, let's talk about those teeth. Modern whales either have lean or simple conical teeth. Basilosaurus had a full set of different teeth types, including serrated back teeth for shearing flesh and massive canines for puncturing. We're talking about a whale that could bite like a shark and crush like a crocodile at the same time. Still feeling built different against this? But here's where Basilosaurus really shows its horror movie credentials. Unlike modern whales that need to surface frequently, this thing could stay submerged for hours. Fossil evidence suggests it would lurk just below the surface, using its serpentine body to slip through shallow seas without making a ripple. Remember how I said it was angry? Fossil records show that these things weren't just hunting for food. They were hunting for sport. Scientists found bite marks from Basilosaurus on other marine mammals that weren't even eaten. That's right, this was a whale that killed for fun, just like a killer whale is known to do. The Basilosaurus was the snake of the sea, while our next contestant was what happened when a Komodo dragon decided to go swimming and never stopped. Roaring. Meet Thalassophobia, the marine lizard that makes Godzilla look reasonable. Remember how in Jurassic World the Mosasaurus made that great white look like a snack? Well, Thalassophobia would make that Mosasaurus think twice, and over 50 feet long this marine lizard wasn't just big. It's what keeps the marine biologist awake at night, but size isn't even the scariest part. See that reinforced snout? Thalassophobia didn't just bite its prey, it used its head like a battering ram. Imagine being hit by a submarine that has teeth, because that's basically what we're dealing with here. And those teeth, they're curved backwards, meaning once you were in its mouth, you were going on a one-way trip. And here's something wild. We actually know exactly how violent these things were because we keep finding fossils of other marine reptiles with Thalassophobia-shaped holes in them, and I'm not talking about bite marks. I'm talking about full-on impact craters and bones. This thing hit its prey so hard it literally left dents in the fossil record. But wait, it gets better, or worse depending on how you feel about apex marine predators. Thalassophobia had a sixth sense. Those weird groups in its skull, they housed electroreceptors, meaning this monster could literally feel your heartbeat in the water. Think you could hide in murky water or at night? Think again. This thing could hunt you by sensing your nervous system. And the ultimate nightmare fuel, they weren't solitary hunters. Fossil beds suggest they hunted in family groups, so while you're watching the 50-foot monster in front of you, its relatives are already circling around behind. So they have it, a bunch of marine reptiles that you definitely couldn't survive. If you think you would survive any of these, let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video and subscribe, I'm going to cover more marine reptiles in the future, and if you're interested in more videos like these, click the video on screen to watch that now.